It's that time of year again. Today is iPhone Day.
Downtown, wake up, downtown, wake up.
All right, so this is the first year my iPhone order didn't get completely messed up. So I actually have my phone on time. Crazy. That being said, I went with the 15 Pro Max in black titanium this year. I normally stray away from the black, but Apple didn't really have a ton of colors this time around due to the fact that titanium, which if you didn't know, isn't very easy to paint. But regardless what color you choose, you can see that the unboxing experience is about the same as it has been for the past few years. However, you might have noticed that the cable this year is not your typical lightning cable. That's right, the new iPhones are now USB-C. Personally, I'm stoked about this as I have way more USB-C cables and accessories than I ever did lightning. But for those of you who have a pile of lightning cables and lightning accessories and all that jazz, yeah, this is kind of annoying. In any case, they at least provide one in the box. So if you didn't have a USB-C cable, now you do. Just don't lose it. Overall, the new iPhone feels noticeably lighter than last year's. Not only that, but it feels a lot smoother on the edges where the rails meet the glass. A small detail, but I think this is the perfect blend of the iPhone 11's rounded edges and the iPhone 14's squared off edges. Not too sharp, not too slippery. The back is more or less the same with glass and an Apple logo, and you can see in the light sort of how the black looks this year. Although I still wish for a jet black color to return because the darker the better in my opinion. Now, I've heard a lot of people online say that the natural titanium is the way to go. But I disagree. After seeing some photos and video, I wasn't nearly as big a fan as I am of the black, so I'm happy to be the oddball this time around. Taking a little tour around the phone, you can see the buttons are laid out the same except this new action button where the mute switch used to be. This is a new programmable button very similar to the one found on the Apple Watch Ultra, except it's a bit smaller and unfortunately not orange. Apple, if you're watching this, please make an accented action button because that would be sick. I currently have mine set to the camera and as you can see it launches immediately and yes, it'll even work from the lock screen. Ready? Boom, camera, just like that. You can even take pictures by tapping it. Nice. It's also important to note you can still set the action button to be the mute switch if you want to. Just thought I'd throw that out there. You can even set your own shortcut in case you want a very specific action to occur. I've seen a few people online set theme songs for themselves to play, which is kind of clever. Definitely a nice upgrade, though, to the old Switch we're used to seeing. Anyway, coming around to the front, you can see that the dynamic island has made a return, though not much smaller, if at all, than last year, and the same with the bezels. Quite frankly, I didn't notice it, at least not immediately. If you look hard enough and hold them side by side, maybe you can tell, but you likely won't notice. The bottom is a lot of the same, as well as we get the same speaker setup, and of course, instead of the Lightning port, we now have USB-C. Now, one thing I want to point out is that the USB-C port on the Pro models is different than the ones on the standard 15. It probably won't matter to most of you, but if you want to be able to transfer files at the faster USB 3.1 speed, which is 10 gigabit per second or 1.25 gigabytes per second, yes, there is a difference, you'll need to get a Pro model as the standard iPhone 15 can only support USB 2.0, which is 480 megabits per second or 60 megabytes per second. Yes, it matters. Setup is more or less the same and took me less than an hour to transfer everything from my old iPhone to the new one, which I should mention means you'll have to update your iPhone to iOS 17. So sorry if you're one of those, I don't like to update my phone people. Just update. I promise you it's way better for you in the long run. Trust me. Last but not least, the new camera features. In addition to the new 5x optical zoom camera, only available on the Max, by the way, you also can adjust your focal length right in camera, which is super cool, but I'll cover that more in another video. What I'm most excited about is the new external recording option with ProRes Log. I get this is one of those features most of you won't care about, but given this is the Pro model, it's nice to see Apple sincerely attempt to make the iPhone an actual usable device for filming. And if you are into that sort of thing, then you're going to want to make sure to get subscribed as I plan to test the new camera features over the weekend. So stay tuned for that. Yeah, I mean, that's about it, right? Another year, another refinement to the iPhone. You do get a new A17 chip on the Pro, but to be honest, you're not going to see any crazy boost in performance, but Still worth mentioning. But yeah, that's the iPhone 15 Pro Max. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button. And as always, make sure to subscribe to see more content like this. You can follow me on all the social media platforms these days at xxiv_concept. That's 24 concept, learn your Roman numerals. All right. See you guys in the next one. Peace. Look at it. It looks good. I mean, it's definitely, it gives me matte black vibes. You guys like this? You guys like this new talking head? Like the 5th one I've done this year. I dig this one. This is fire. This was smart. You know what? I'll even take a picture. I'll take a picture. We'll do it at the new 35 millimeter. We'll do Heif. H-E-I-F. Heif. Is that what people say now? Heif. All right. We're done.